La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Waha, Recha, Kwadash. All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors and respect go to our apostles, bishops, elders, and teachers, the men of Great Millstone. To you I say shalom, salutations. To the hopeful elect, it's your brother Amraya. And this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, "Remember now your Creator in the days of your youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when you shall say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened." And we're in that time now. All right. The future looks bleak, dark. All right. People are losing their jobs left and right. The retail apocalypse, the closing of large chains of stores is continuing on and, in fact, increasing. And this is what we're about to highlight right now. One more verse for you, verse 4. "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low." The working is stopping. All right. The working is stopping. And this is what we are witnessing real time. My last video says, prophecies are speaking loud and clear. And they are all around you. Prophecies are speaking loud and clear. And right now we're going to delve into this one, that the work is stopping. Verse 4 again, "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low." Let's take a look at the video.
So a lot of stores are closing this year, and it's looking more and more like it did back before 2008.
Macy's is closing over 150 stores in the US, and I went to the downtown Brooklyn location, and when I say my millennial heart is so sad, the store was empty, completely empty. There was hardly anything left. So to go into a store and to see a store that you've been shopping at since you were little looking like this is scary. It felt eerie. It felt like I was in a movie during the apocalypse looking for food and shelter. I am so lost for words right now. The sadness is just so sad because every store is shutting down right now. This right here is the end of an era.
I just came to Kohl's and I did not realize that they're closing and the store is completely empty. What the hell is up with that? And this is all they have left. Wow, I'm shocked.
CVS, which has closed 9,000 stores in 3 years, is about to go bankrupt. This is CVS Health, the world's largest healthcare company, which owns retail drugstore chains CVS Pharmacy, CVS Caremark, and health insurance Aetna, and many other brands. In 2023, the company ranked 65th on the Forbes Global 2000. It's hard to believe that CVS, the fourth in the Fortune Global 500, is going bankrupt. This shows how severe the economic situation will be.
America's second largest pharmacy chain announced big cutbacks today. Walgreens will close 1,200 stores in the next 3 years, and that's about 14% of its stores. The company, which has lost more than $8.5 billion this fiscal year, says about 1 in 4 Walgreens stores is unprofitable.
I really don't think people understand what is coming over the next 18 months, especially if you're working in corporate America. If that's you, you might want to save this video for later, and please share it with a friend who's working in corporate. We are seeing what they are calling the Great Restructuring. And essentially, it is consolidation of people and humans within an organization as they blend with technology. It basically means that companies are looking to get rid of irrelevant job titles, job roles. They're looking to get rid of these massive teams that don't get anything accomplished for 3 or 4 years. I've spoken to so many people who have been laid off over the last 2 to 3 years, and I've noticed something. The bigger the company they are at, the less impact they actually have, which makes their resume really, really hard to work. I will get people who share with me projects they've worked on where they've been one of 20 people. If you're in a role like that, it's really hard to define the value that you're bringing to the company you're working at. And it also means you are primed to be consolidated. You see, companies are making decisions of how they blend humans with AI and technology. They are trying to get as much as they can done with the least amount of people possible. Microsoft just announced mass layoffs, and we are going to continue to see companies do this during the great restructuring. So if you're working for a big corporation, you've been warned.
When these stores start to close, it's going to be a trickle-down effect. People are going to lose their jobs. They're going to not be able to pay their bills, not be able to pay their mortgage. They're going to default on their mortgage payments. They're going to lose their homes, and it's just going to go down from there. So this is really looking like back in 2007. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. Back then, I was working for the welfare department, and so many people were coming in and applying for aid because they were losing their jobs. People that never applied for cash aid before, for cash assistance, were coming in because they were no longer able to support their family because there were so many businesses that were closing down. There were so many job losses. And this was in a time that we didn't even have AI that was threatening a lot of jobs. So I think we're going to see a lot more of this. We have just gotten through the first half of 2025, and we have a whole other half of year to go. A lot of more jobs are going to be cut, and a lot of businesses are going to be closed down. I hope that wherever you are, your job is protected. If not, start thinking of some other backup options.
Right. And this is all prophetic because this is the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai spoken from the very beginning. All right, the word which he have revealed unto his servants, the prophets. And they laid these tracts down for you. I'm going to take a quick detour from this Isaiah 19. We'll come right back to it. But as it says in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision, the prophecies, and make it plain upon tables, make it easy to understand, that he may run that readeth it, right? For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And we're at the end. It's speaking loud and clear, all right? It's speaking loud and clear. It goes on to say, and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Going back, Isaiah chapter 19, and I'll begin at verse 14. It says, Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. And America, Babylon the Great is taking on several different spirits. The spirit of Babylon, the spirit of Egypt, the spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah, all right, of Rome. So America has taken on these different spirits, and this is speaking to the perverseness, not only sexual perverseness, but just the perverse mismanagement under Esau, Edom, the wicked spoken of in Job chapter 9 and verse 24. All right. And he has caused Egypt to err. America, Babylon the Great is erring. It is in error. All right. Staggering. Lost control of its motor functions. It is about to crash. There's about to be a crashing of the economy. There's about to be a crashing of America, period. All right. It's going to crash and be burned. And this is what is occurring as we speak. All right. The mismanagement of Esau, Edom, no doubt the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has led us to the downfall of this man and his kingdom. By this man, again, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. Verse 15, it says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. And we're coming into this time like a fastball. All right. People are losing their jobs left and right. There have been more layoffs in the last few years since COVID than you probably have seen in the 10 years before that combined. All right. And jobs are not being created. Once they're lost, they're lost. All right. People are losing their houses. People are losing their vehicles. People are losing their minds, man. You got more people living in their cars or homeless than you have ever seen in this country. Everywhere you go, there's homeless people begging for money, and the number only grows. All right. Because there is no work. This is prophetic. And this is the time we're making plain upon tables. This is the time of the vision of the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. All right. And we've made it easy to understand. You can take it as you will, but we're giving a stark warning. It only gets worse from here. Verse 16, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai of hosts, and hosts means armies, which he shaketh over it. All right. And shaking the hand is like rebuking them. The Lord is rebuking America, Babylon the Great. The Lord is rebuking Esau, Edom, the head of America, Babylon the Great. Okay. We're in the time of judgment, and judgment is coming. People are going to continue to lose their jobs. All right. As it says here, there shall not be any work for Egypt. There shall not be any work for America, Babylon the Great. The grinding is ceasing. And people are looking out the windows, looking into the future, and they see none. Their outlooks are dark. All right. And ultimately, this is going to culminate in the vision that Second Ezra's, you can find in Second Ezra's chapter, let me see, is it 15? Yes. Verse 14 is where I'll begin. 2 Ezra 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world, and woe means destruction. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth near. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, which is uprisings against the government. All right. And you're seeing the buildup of class wars, race wars, civil war, world war. Okay. All right. Says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right. With this great reset, bringing in the NWO, rolling out the MOT to the B, which is the micro C hip. All right. Bringing about Jacob's trouble, which is the afflicting of the tribes by these heathens, namely Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. All right. They're going to start shutting down borders, martial law. All of these things are coming, and they're prophetic. And the Lord is putting an end to the mirth, man. All right. The party spirit. All right. Your futures are sown in prophecy. Okay. There will be no more arrogancy and pride moving forward into the future. People are going to be humbled in the worst ways in the near future. Unalived, maimed, wounded in the worst ways here in the very near future. All right. You see these weather patterns hanging over drowning people, destroying cities. Okay. All right. You think the Lord is playing with this place, and he's not, man. And he is the power of the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians. He's coming to avenge them, the innocent blood that has been shed. All right. You people been here oppressing us, treating us like crap, and you're about to find out what time it is when our power stands up on our behalf. And this is what is occurring. All right. This is not a time to play. And to you Israelites out here on the fence, you don't have long to choose, man. And if you don't choose the right side, a side will be chose for you. And it ain't going to be the one you want. All right. The Lord is coming down with great wrath, man. Period, point blank, end of the discussion. The jobs are being lost on purpose. This is the will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. He is coming to utterly annihilate America, Babylon the Great. And this is just a portion of his war strategy against her, against the great whore that sits upon many waters. So brace for impact, man. I'm going to finish out a couple more verses, but pretty much you understand what's going on here. The jobs are not coming back. These stores are not going to open again. All right. Your new prison will be a prison without bars, all right? Under the MOT to the B, which they're going to roll out to control and manipulate you. And you're not going to participate in the coming world economy without it, all right? They're going to shut down borders. They're going to keep you in sectors, all right, and keep you oppressed and annihilate a whole lot of you the Lord does not desire. Because Esau, Edom, and the rest of these heathens are the whipping stick of the Lord. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And this is what all of this is leading up to, okay? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And the tribulation is beginning with these job losses and store closures that are not going to come back. These farms that are being destroyed by weather patterns and Esau Edom's greed. You can call it a man-made famine all you want to. This is the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And once all of these things set in, then the great tribulation comes. Then the hour of temptation comes. Okay? Then World War III comes. And ultimately, salvation comes to the elect of the nation of Israel, those who have repented and turned back onto the old paths, that have made a covenant with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai through sacrifice. Okay? No more talk. Repent or die. And prophecies are speaking loud and clear. Shalom.